One day, a man arrived at the ashram of Lord Buddha, seeking answers to the turmoil in his heart. After spending 2 days in solitude, he approached Buddha and said, "O enlightened one, I have deep questions troubling my soul. I need your wisdom to understand my pain." Buddha looked at him calmly and said, "Tell me, what weighs on your heart?" The man sighed and said, "I am unhappy. Life seems filled with sorrow, and I find no joy. I wish to understand why." Buddha, smiling gently, asked, "Then tell me, what are the exact causes of your sorrow?" The man was puzzled. "I came to you for answers, yet you ask me questions," he said, confused. Buddha chuckled and replied, "It is your sorrow. Shouldn't you know its cause?" The man frowned and said, "But you are a prophet, a wise master. Shouldn't you already know?" Buddha nodded. "This is where you are mistaken. You believe someone else can free you from sorrow, but the truth is, only you can. I can show you the path, but you must walk it." "Tell me, have you ever truly observed a flower?" Buddha asked. The man raised an eyebrow. "Who hasn't seen flowers?" Buddha continued. "A flower blooms in the morning, flourishes through the day, and withers by evening. If the flower knew its fate, do you think it would refuse to bloom?" The man was silent. Buddha continued, "If you constantly think of sorrow, you will never find happiness. There is still so much in your life that can bring you joy, yet you focus on what is missing. You must shift your mind. Only then will you truly find peace." The man thought for a moment and then asked, "But Buddha, can all of life's problems really be solved at once?" Buddha spoke slowly. "Imagine if someone told you that you would die in 10 minutes. Would any of your problems still matter? No, because in that moment, the only truth you would see is death. We forget that life is fleeting. We hold on to desires so tightly that we behave as if we are immortal. But happiness and sorrow, they come and go. They are not permanent. What makes them exist? Our thoughts, our actions, our karma." The man, listening intently, asked, "So should I always think of death to be free from sorrow?" Buddha shook his head. Instead, remember this: your existence is uncertain. So live while you can. Find joy in what you have instead of grieving over what you lack. Train your mind to be as simple as a child's, and you will discover eternal happiness." "But how can I control my mind?" the man asked. "By understanding sorrow and happiness," Buddha replied. "Do not let great joy make you arrogant, nor great sorrow break you. Stay steadfast in the middle. If you examine your problems, you will see that the root of all sorrow is within. It is your mind that controls you. Control your mind, and sorrow will end." Buddha then said, "If you want to truly rid yourself of sorrow, do one simple thing. For the next 2 days, do not speak to anyone. Instead, write down your sorrows and their causes on one paper. On another, write all the reasons you still have to be happy. Take your time. Think deeply." The man bowed to Buddha and went to a secluded corner of the ashram. 2 days later, he returned, holding many sheets of paper. Buddha smiled and said, "First, tell me about your sorrows." The man began reading. "My brothers are wealthy, but I am poor. Why? Because I fear taking action. I overthink instead of acting, and I constantly compare myself to others. My neighbors have savings, but I have none. Why? Because I earned little and wasted it in bad company. I never saved a penny. My wife has been ill for a long time. It is my fault. I neglected her, hoping fate would take care of her. Worse, deep inside, I wished for her death so I could marry someone else. I live in illusions of grand success, but do nothing to achieve them. When my desires are unfulfilled, I drown myself in alcohol. I know it's destroying me. yet I make excuses." He looked up, his eyes wide with realization. "Every single sorrow is created by my own actions and thoughts." Buddha nodded. "Now, read your list of happiness." The man, now filled with excitement, said, "My happiness list is so long, it would take hours to read." Buddha laughed. "That is true for all of us, but we waste our precious life focusing on sorrow. Read just a few." The man smiled and read, "I am alive. I am healthy. I have parents who love me, a wife who cares for me, children who bring me joy. I have the ability to work, to earn, to change my fate. I can stop comparing myself to others and focus on my own happiness. I have found the path of truth under your guidance, Buddha. That is my greatest blessing." Buddha smiled and said, "Today you are reborn. Go back to your family. Live with a stable mind. If sorrow ever clouds your heart, remind yourself, life is too short to be a slave to misery. Seek the root of your sorrow, destroy it, and you will find everlasting joy." Friends, take a moment to reflect. What makes you truly happy? Comment below and share your thoughts. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Spread this wisdom to your loved ones